Well, we're here in Colorado, and we just stopped to get a bite to eat, get a drink. Lathan said he was feeling dehydrated. We drove all the way through the night and just had to stop and basically refresh the batteries. So we're about to head into Denver and get into the mountains. We're pretty excited about that. Us flatlanders, we're not used to what we're seeing up here, so we're excited, heading that direction. Hopefully we can kill a big one. So here we go.
In Illinois, our bow season doesn't come in till October 1st, and a year and a half prior, me and Wes set in stone. We're like, this year we were going to Colorado to go elk hunting. It'd been years since we'd been, and we just said, if you don't put it on the calendar and do it, you'll let it go by and not get it done. So we headed to Colorado to chase elk in the mountains. Where we halfway, not completely, got our butts kicked by the mountain last night. We did climb a 9,000 to 9,000 feet from about 8 in the dark. Got our camp set up this morning. Slept on the side of the mountain last night, but according to our satellite, there should be water over here. So we're gonna circle over there. I don't know exactly how far, and check it. And then possibly move camp, hunt. We don't know. We haven't heard anything. Didn't get woke up by no bugles last night. Lots of old sign coming up this mountain. So today is gonna be, we gotta get a feel for these. We think there's some meadows. We gotta get a feel for it anyway. So.
So going into Colorado, our mindset was basically go where people aren't, live how people don't, and hopefully we can kill something. Basically what that meant was we were going as far as we could possibly push ourselves away from like the roads and living what we could get in a backpack.
Well, we were several days in and we were just not in any elk at all. I think we had one sighting, maybe way off. And so we pulled up everything and moved. Actually in the night, we got on our phones, found an old mountain road to drive down. We thought we're just gonna drive down this old road and bugle through the mountains. And if we can get one to answer us in the night, we're just gonna stop right there and set up. And lo and behold, we jump out of the truck after about a 30-minute drive up through the mountains, and Wes gets out and bugles, and I mean within seconds one answered us. So we just backed the truck into a parking place and slept there and got up the next morning, and we found ourselves right in the middle of the elk and had some decent encounters there.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by Martin Archery, designed and engineered to offer the best archery experience available. Whether your game is target or hunting, Martin is at the head of the pack.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by SWAT Broadheads, Drain Your Game. Dead Center Archery Products, the best stabilization money can buy. True Ball and Excel Archery, others claim it, we prove it.
Well, getting ready for the antelope hunt this year. We got our new bows in the mail. Got my Addix 26, got it set up, got her all tuned up, and it seems to be shooting pretty darn good, so I'm pretty happy with it. It's a really nice bow and it shoots real smooth. After we got the bows all set up, I started scouting, and I've got about 3 blinds set up on other ranches. But this year I redid my fields beside the house. We had so many antelope, Any days we would have, some would have 100 head, some days we would have 30 to 40 head, so I didn't even have to go anywhere but right behind the house this year, so it worked out real nice. This antelope hunting, a lot of people think that this antelope hunting is just go set a water hole and kill them, but actually there's more to it. We had a lot of antelope this year. I redid my fields. We were putting them back into alfalfa and grass this year, so we had a lot of, kind of like a large food plot, but we pulled in a lot of antelope and coming into these fields because you got a lot of water holes. We had, all my neighbors have water holes, but it really worked out this year. We had probably 100, 120 head of antelope hitting these fields, and they just loved that new alfalfa, just loved it. My son got a hold of me and he had just a few days to hunt, so right at the first of the hunt we decided to let him hunt. He only had a day to hunt, and sure as heck, before this buck took over the herd, there was 3 or 4 other bucks, and he had a chance to get one, but it didn't work out.
So we just had a golden opportunity. Had about half the herd come in here. Real skittish. Something's got them a little buggered up over here. I took a shot at a buck here at 40, what I thought was 40 yards. Went right underneath him. Ranged it later. Looks like he was at 50 yards. So that was my fault. Spooked them back. They wanted to start coming back in. Something has them hung up over here. I'm not sure what it is. The herd split. A little bit went this way, half of them went this way, the bucks went this way. I'm gonna have my fingers crossed they're gonna come back this afternoon, give me another chance. I'm gonna recheck all my distances out here and make sure that that doesn't happen again, hopefully.
After my son showed up and he missed, we figured out he had used the wrong pin in his bow, so he was really embarrassed about that. We don't want to talk about it, but it does happen. I've done it too, so.
Everybody on the planet uses a fall-away rest because it gives you complete arrow and fletching clearance. The most important part of your arrow rest setup is the fact that you have your fall-away rest coming up in the last third of your draw, which ensures the fact that it'll go down in the first third of the draw. This ensures that you'll have complete clearance on your hunting arrow.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Black Eagle Arrows, precision carbon arrows. Threads Custom Bowstrings, performance, reliability, success.
Well, we was coming off the mountain one morning, and we'd been in the elk and heard them, so we kind of put them to bed and knew about where they was. We thought we were going to hike down, about a 25 or 30-minute hike out, get back to camp and eat. And on the way out, we run into some grouse, and Wes got one and I got one, so we went back to camp so we could partake of the mountain.
Roost grouse. Well, this is day 4 that we've been here. Man, it's been tough. We've been walking our tail ends off trying to find the elk, and we found them today. This morning we had a group of elk probably at 120 yards. Got a little bit of footage, not a lot, but there was a small 5x5 in the group. Lathan says he'll kill him. I don't know if I will. It's kind of up in the air, but either way, we're hoping to press in. They should be coming down this evening, down these slopes. So we're gonna settle in here and hopefully we can catch one coming around. When we got up there, we called and he was bugling back every single time. And as we kept progressing, he was following some cows, so he kept getting a little bit further away. And basically it came down to, can we move faster than what he is moving away? We've been talking to one. We think he's coming down towards us. We're gonna try and work and head him off to where we meet him in the right spot, basically. So as we're getting closer and closer to the bull, he's chasing these cows, and we didn't realize that there was some satellite bulls right there close, and they got in between us and the big bull.
Well, we spent, every bit of 10 days out there and headed back, I think, on our 11th. And we had 2 days, 3 days where we heard elk and saw elk and thought it, and almost made it happen one evening. But, after that 10th, 11th day, we were exhausted, and we said it's time to get out of here and get home. Like I said, we learned a lot of things, and definitely when we go back this year, I think it'll be a different experience.
This segment is brought to you by 4KJT Outdoors.
When the antelope first showed up, we had probably about 120 head. And then toward getting closer to the hunting season, they split up in different groups. And we had eventually about 3 or 4 bucks with this group. And then toward the time I started hunting, he just had one buck. He took over about 40 head, and that's the herd that was running in there, and I was trying to get him. After we got done with my son, he missed, then I had a lot of time then, so I started scheduling them in and kind of watching them. They weren't hitting the water hole every day, and each day they were kind of different. So once I got them patterned, I thought I had him. One buck took over the herd, he started coming in, but some days they beat me to the water hole and some days they didn't. But I actually got him pegged out, and the first time I shot at him, I hit the blind and I hit him in the top of the back, and I really didn't know what happened at the time, but after I looked at the footage, my arrow just fell on the ground after it hit him. Once the buck came back in again, I had him pegged pretty good, so he came in and took a drink, and when he was coming around the pond, I only had a certain window in my blind that I could shoot him. So once he came there, he was getting close to getting out of my window, so I had to go just take him right then. Well, I found my arrow. The C4 did its job. I mean, it blew a hole clear through his side, clear out his back leg, and landed over here. So it went all the way through that antelope on my bad hit. After I shot, I knew I hit him far back. So when I got out of the blind and went to find out where he went so I didn't lose him, I could see he had stopped on the other side of the stack with the other does. So I went ahead and hurried up and got my bow again, got a follow-up shot, and put him down. Luckily, he didn't run. Well, this is the same buck that I shot that first day. He's got the big old scar back here, right on his back. I thought he got chased off because he quit coming in. But luckily, I got him, and wow, that don't happen very often. He finally came back in. I've been hunting for 6 days after I shot him, and he's got like 35 head of antelope with him, and I thought another buck took over because I seen another one yesterday with some more, with 2 more, and I thought he got chased off, and another buck took over and he came in, but nope, same old buck. Big old scar right here. But anyway, I put a big hole, I shot him through the side, hit him a little far back, went clear through his leg, it went clear through him and clear through his back leg. Them dang C4 swab broadheads are amazing. So anyway, get packed up tomorrow, and the next day I'm headed off elk hunting, see if we can get the same thing done. Yeah, antelope hunting in the blind is kind of similar to deer hunting in the stand. These bucks are really wily, especially the big bucks that take the herds over. So you just got to kind of play patient, set the blind every day until the big buck makes a mistake. And in the end, it's really rewarding to see all the time you put in and all your scouting come together and actually get a really nice buck. There are a lot of little bucks out there too, but it's a nice reward to get the main buck that took over a herd.